Now, let me give you a basic explanation of the class trial. You all are going to vote for who the culprit is, and if you are right, then they will be executed. And why am I? A lot more empty seats here. Now, we all will have to discuss the murder weapon. Wait, there's just one question. Since there were two murders, wouldn't that mean there's two different black ones? Well, I usually try and make sure that doesn't happen, because the person that killed both Steve and Mater are the same person. Interesting. So the cause of death of Paper Mater was being squished. That does prove where his body was in the first place. But we did see a hammer at the scene of the crime. Maybe that was used for something. Maybe it was to knock Mater out. No, I wouldn't think so. Because when Mater was squished, his death occurred instantly. And the hammer was actually near Pineapple Man's body, unconscious. So the hammer was used to knock out Pineapple Man. But why? Care to explain why you were with Mater? Oh, well that's simple. It was with me, Mario, and Power Rangers Robot. We were all investigating, and Mario and Power Rangers Robot decides to leave, and I continue investigating, and then Paper Mater came. Someone knocked me out, so I don't know who, and then the next thing I knew, he died. Hey, since the body discovery announcement plays only when 3 people find the body, Mario and Pineapple Man were the ones that saw the body. Who was the third one? Oh, that would be me. Well, probably this robot was the first to find the body. And it was Mario, the Pineapple Man. Always going like the ship played, right? But it only played when Sonic and Steve found the body too. So that only means those three are suspects, right? No, there's still one other person you can suspect. That person is you. Me? Why me? Like that we found Skittles at the scene of the crime, and only me and you knew that Meta loved those Skittles, and they were used to lure Paper Meta there and kill him and try to suspect Pineapple Man. But since you also knew that he liked Skittles so much, you are still a suspect. But that would also mean that Pineapple Man is clear of suspicion too, right? Since we don't have too much information to prove that Lucario is the killer, can we talk about Steve's murder now? Yes, this could clear Lucario out of suspicion. Steve's cause of death was being ripped apart. There was also another hammer at the scene of the crime. Maybe they used the hammer to direct suspicion, like that's their weapon. No, you're wrong there. Hammers are only used for blunt force, while Steve died from getting ripped apart. So why would they use the hammer like it's the weapon? That wouldn't be pretty smart in the killer's case. Okay, question. How do you know so much about hammers? Because I was a plumber, obviously. My bad, sorry. Wait, wasn't there another person that was knocked out like me? And wasn't that Lucario too? Yeah, you're right there. Also, on that hammer, we saw a little bit of blood on it. There has to be a reason for that, right? Well, they didn't need to hit Lucario that hard to knock him out. Well, of course they had to knock him out or something, but not that hard. But they just needed to knock him out, right? And then just kill Steve. They didn't need to go that much, right? But there had to be a reason. It's really interesting. Okay, Pineapple Man, what's so interesting? I keep hearing you say that. What's interesting is that the weapon that was used to knock me out was the same weapon that was used to knock Lucario out. So there has to be a pattern there, right? That might mean that the person that knocked out both Pineapple Man and Lucario must have been the same person. Hey, I have a question. Can we go back to Mater's murder? I feel like there's just something missing though. Is it something to clear me from suspicion? Well, it's not that, but when everyone was still alive during that point, Steve said that he saw Power Rangers robot walk to the kitchen where both Lucario and Mater were, and then left. Right? There has to be something suspicious about that. Speaking of which, I did pass Power Rangers robot. That actually does mean something. Since if Lucario walked out of the kitchen, seeing Power Rangers robot go back in, that means Lucario couldn't have used the Skittles to lure people Mater as a result of his death. So this rules out Lucario being a suspect and into Power Rangers and robot. Yes, that proves me as a suspect, but remember, Skittles were used to lure Mr. Mater to his death. How could you guys not know if it was either Steve or Kirby? Or heck, maybe even a Lester. Oh, well that's easy, because I was with Steve and Lester. And since Lester was still asleep during that one incident, and Steve was just sitting around minding his own business. Yes, but you were paying more attention to Lester, weren't you? That means Steve could have had the perfect chance to commit that murder, didn't he? No, that's wrong. Because Steve never knew that Mater liked those Skittles, so he could never lure him to his death. This also proves something weird from the body discovery announcement, because Power Rangers robot was the first to see the body, and then it was Mario that's finally me. That means the body discovery announcement should have played. But it didn't, which would have proved suspicion from all three of us. But with this amount of evidence, it could mean that Power Rangers robot is the killer. Hey, but this could prove another thing. Since Lucario left the kitchen, and then I walked in the kitchen, well, wouldn't that mean that Lucario could have had the Skittles in the first place? But yet I just didn't notice. Nah, you'd have totally noticed something like that. I think I figured out something. Right, so what did you figure out? Pineapple Man was knocked out with a hammer, and then that same hammer was used to knock out Lucario, and there was blood. But I think I know why there's blood, because Lucario knew that Mater liked Skittles, and that information could have proved suspicion over the killer even more. With that information, he tried to kill Lucario. But Lucario also knew that everyone else didn't, so that's why the killer had no reason to go after Mario. So, are you saying the killer tried to kill me? And with all this evidence, you can only point the finger to Power Rangers robot. You guys... idiots. What? Remember my ultimate? I'm the ultimate superhero. I would never kill anyone or any innocent people. So, remember, Vader and Steve are innocent people. Why would I kill them? What I am saying is, what was the motive? Lucario had a clear motive to kill Steve because If Steve was still alive, it would have aroused suspicion to Lucario even more. But Lucario didn't want that, so Steve and Lucario investigating together was the perfect chance for Lucario to kill him. As I am saying, he had a very clear motive. But what was the motive to kill me? But what was the motive for me to kill Mater and Steve? That one is easy. It's because the motive for us, he said, that in 2 days, anyone who didn't kill anyone would die. So, as a superhero, to save all of us by killing two members off. I knew what your motive was. I do understand. Wait. We're gonna go over the matter one more time so everyone can understand. First off, the crime took place right when Lucario left Mater for himself. That's when the culprit took advantage of it. While Mater wasn't looking, the culprit made a run for it. The culprit made a run for it back, but it makes you wonder why he needs something to lure Mater with. That was easy. He needed to use Skittles that we found. And yet, Kirby was still able to see him. Yet, he still found out that Pineapple Man was still investigating. So, he used a nearby hammer and he knocked him out. Now, when the Skittles were hidden, he was able to hide to push the boxes to crush Mater. Mater probably didn't pay attention to the body and worried more about the Skittles. Then, Mater was murdered. It was also the same time where I was around, which the culprit was easily able to tell me that Mater was dead. So, since he was the one that told me, it didn't really make me suspect him at all. So, I ran. That was the first time I've ever saw the body. And Pineapple Man's body at the same time. So I didn't begin investigating yet. So I told everyone else. But things didn't end there. Pineapple Man woke up. And then he was the second one that ever saw the body. So he ran as fast as he could. Then suddenly, we all heard a scream that was coming from upstairs. So we ran as fast as we could. And that's how Sonic and Steve were the third to find the body. That's how the body discovery announcement played. Even though the culprit told me they were dead, and I thought that they weren't really the culprit like that. But when you think about what happened, the scream was probably made by the culprit. And that's where we all saw Dave's body for the first time. But I knew he was dead, but I never knew where he was. But none of that matters right now. While everyone was discussing, Steve told Lucario to investigate with him. But that was a huge blunder on Steve's side. With the motive, the culprit still could have stopped there. But no, he decided to kill Lucario. The culprit lunged and attacked Lucario. But Steve was there and was still alive, so he needed to take him out in the rudest way possible. He knew Lucario was still alive, but he had a backup plan to suspect Lucario even more, so he left him be. Yet the culprit came and told me again, but this is when I was talking to Alesta. Told me that Steve is dead. So we all went. And that's when me and Lester saw the body for the first time. But then out of nowhere is when Lucario started to wake up, and then he saw the body. Since the body discovery announcement only played when 4 people actually found the body, it made me suspect Lucario, Alesta, and the culprit a little bit more. But found our answer. If I got anything wrong, please tell me. No, didn't do anything wrong. I did it. I killed them both. But as a hero, I needed to protect everyone. I didn't want anyone else to die. So, I had to kill them. Wait, can we discuss something one more time, please? It was when Mario and a few other people heard a scream, and that's when they saw Dave's body, right? But who did the scream and why? Oh, that's easy. Power Rangers Robot wanted to think that Dave only died earlier, but he died last night from Iron Man. That's why he screamed, and they had a very good place to hide, so we wouldn't have any more suspicion on him. That area right there. That's why when I saw the body, that's why I didn't see Power Rangers Robot anywhere. Or when we saw the body again, but I was with Sonic and Steve. Well, that's it. Perseus, it's time to vote. Aw, and I wanted to really say it. Anyways, it's voting time. And you guys were correct. The one who killed both Mater and Steve, none other than Power Rangers Robot. Before the execution starts, Power Rangers Robot, why did you kill 2? Why did you have to kill them both? You knew you were going to die by killing someone to protect us all, so why did you have to have 2 people dying? It's classified. Classified? I'm telling you, it's classified. If you want to know why I killed them both, you need to ask a certain someone. A certain someone? That only means him, right? Yeah, you're right. Who is this he you're talking about? Hush now. The grown-ups are talking. Wah. Mario? Here is what you need to know. Tony Stark. Type that in as the password, and you'll know everything. Now, Arceus, I await my execution. Now I'm going to die, so I won't resist. Okay, well, you all know it's going to be happening. So, let's start. I'm not even going to say it. Whee! Tony Stark. Hello? Oh, hello, Mario. I need to know the reason why Power Rangers Robot killed both Meta and Steve. I'm sorry, but I need the password for that. You have the password? Yes. Tony Stark. Access granted. The reason why Power Rangers Robot killed both Steve and Mater is